ladies and menfolk, and welcome to another book review. Alright, today we're wrapping up the 9-day review-a-thon from the Ali Beckstrom series by Devon Monk. The last book in the series, Book 9, Magic for a Price. This one is all or nothing, no holds barred, do or die time. This one really wraps up a lot of the loose ends that have been just sticking it out throughout the plot. You have Leander and Isabel, who have dual possessed the ultimate top person in the Authority, which is kind of disconcerting considering how easy it apparently was. Yeah, you'd think like the most upper echelon person within the entire Authority, and the Authority is the organization that controls magic itself throughout the entire world. The top guy, just completely possessed, no problem whatsoever. And now Leander and Isabel are conjointly calling all the shots. So this book, it's basically Portland versus the world. Meanwhile, magic is still all messed up. This one is a great book for wrapping up the plot, I feel like. Devon Monk really did a good job at pacing everything, because this one really, you can't kick things up any farther. This is truly all out, all or nothing. Either they find a way to heal magic, stop Leander and Isabel, or they're all gonna die. Because Leander and Isabel are going for every single soul complement duo out there. Period. They're taking them all down. So you have that going for them, or going against them. You have another group of the Authority that have been scrambled to take down Portland, because to the rest of the world, Portland's gone rogue. And with 4 wells, when most places only have 1, that's a problem. This one was great because you see Ali really take charge of everyone. Because after last book with what Jingo Jingo did, yeah, people are finally starting to fall in line and realize they have a problem. Things are falling apart. They really need to fix things quickly, whatever it takes. You have the Authority, you have the Hounds, you have the police, you have Violet even. Everything at their disposal within Portland is being used to deal with the poison magic, Leander and Isabel, and everything else. So this, I highly recommend getting this book, the overall series in general, but yeah, it's definitely worth reading to the bitter end. Alright, enough rambling. Let's do the back cover and then the first page in a paragraph or so. But everything was not normal. Not at all. We were about to enter a war with 2 of the most powerful creatures who had ever used magic, and we were nowhere near ready for this fight. For most of her life, Alison Beckstrom has used magic and accepted the heavy price it exacts. But now that all magic is poisoned, it's no longer just using people, it's killing them. With Portland about to descend into chaos, Ali needs to find a way to purify the wells of tainted magic beneath the city. But the only options left to her are grim. Attempt to close down magic forever, or follow her father's plan to get magic into the right hands, even though she's learned never to trust his word. Now Ali will have to make a choice and face the darkness of her deepest fears before time runs out for them all. That's actually a pretty accurate summary of this book, yeah, now that I think about it. Alright, so let's do the first page and a paragraph or so. This is where the final book starts. I never expected cookies at the end of the world. Some other, more violent dessert perhaps, like volcano cake, or devil's food, or heck, maybe even zucchini muffins, since everyone knows zucchini is evil. But cookies? Those are happy, life-goes-on desserts. And that was exactly what my best friend, Nola, was cooking. By the truckload. 2 days ago, I had led a small group of magic users who were also my friends in a magical battle for the safety of the people and magic in Portland, Oregon, against Jingo Jingo, a powerful and mad death magic user. The only reasons they'd needed me, Alice and Allie Beckstrom, to lead them were 1, we were on the run, and 2, our backup for the fight, hounds, who like me tend to work in the shadier corners. Let's try to do that correct. Shadier corners of the city, tracking down illegal spells, would listen only to one of their own. Magic had been poisoned, a problem we still haven't solved, and it was spawning the Veiled, ghosts of dead magic users who were infecting and killing the living. Not that anyone in the Authority would have believed us about any of that. We had fought Jingo Jingo and the entire Authority, the secret group of magic let's try that again. The secret group of people who decide who uses magic and how. None of us had gotten out of that fight unscathed. Some of us would carry those wounds and the things magic had done to us for the rest of our lives. Jingo Jingo was dead, but we still hadn't come up with a cure for magic, which was why we were all here at Kevin Cooper's estate. We had to find a way to cure magic before Leander and Isabel, 2 undead and super powerful magic users who made Jingo Jingo look like a fluffy puppy when it came to madness and magic, showed up to kick what was left of our asses. Generally not a situation I'd expect to be celebrating with cookies. Yeah, that's actually a very good summary for just where things stood and how things are starting off now in this book. Monk is really good at doing like the quick little bullet point summary of the plot from previous books to now. So, because there were a couple months between each book's release, so if you were reading the series as it went, you might forget just where things were and how things are now. But the whole series is out now, so if you purchase a set for your own, you can just keep on reading and plow right through the plot. This one I thought was fantastic. It was a great way to wrap things up, and I like that at the very end, you actually got an explanation of why Allie's memories were so wonky in the past, but for now, they've actually been pretty good, and just what her father sacrificed to get to where they all are now. Like, why was he split in half? So half of him was in death for however long it was, and why he feels he needed to stick around until now. He always had a backup plan for everything, but I mean, he really had a plan for every single freaking thing that went on in this series. If you've read this book, you know exactly what I'm talking about at the end for how they deal with the poison magic, and just how far back her father planned things out and had an idea for how to deal with things, which is nuts. And kudos to Devon Monk for creating a plot arc that spanned the entire 9-book series, so you actually get little teasers, even from book 1, as to why Allie and Daniel interact the way they do, even throughout the whole series, so it's definitely worth a read. Okay. As always, if you want to check out more about this book or the overall series, go to devonmonk.com. She has a page for each of the books, and there's an excerpt for each book over there as well. So you just go to Books, Alison Beckstrom, pick a book of your choice, and they have a little excerpt as well for each. And she has links to all the retail outlets where you can purchase a copy of your very own. And of course, you can always try your local brick and mortar store or library. This last book came out in 2012, so by now most libraries should be catching up on getting each book in the series on the shelf. And most libraries are also good if you just request them to eventually get a copy, or interlibrary loans. They're really good about that, at least around Connecticut. So hopefully they're the same wherever you happen to be. But I would highly recommend just purchase a copy of your own. It's definitely worth the investment. It's a great series, a great author. She's actually doing a follow-up spin-off series now with Shame and Tarek. The first book is already out, let's see here. It's the Broken Magic series. I don't know too much about it yet, but if it's anything like this series, it's probably going to be awesome and definitely worth the read. Alright guys, this is going to pretty much wrap up our little review-a-thon. I am going to do an extra little special episode later on of the themes throughout this overall 9-book series. So the whole soul complements, their magical system, and how it's controlled and maintained, the whole death versus life, and why don't people just stay dead concept. And some of the character progressions throughout the series, mainly like Allie and Xavian, and then Shame and Tarek, and maybe some of the Hounds too. We'll see. So stay tuned for that. And then I'm not sure what the next series is that I'll be reviewing, actually. I've just started a series by Jennifer Robertson, so it might be that. Stay tuned, we'll find out. But yeah, until next time, please click that subscribe button, thumbs up, post a comment of what your opinion was of this entire series or just this book. Let's continue the conversation. Until next time, guys.